The Dr. Mundo rework has hit the rift, but most people are building him wrong. So today, we'll be sharing with you guys the best setup, along with 9 other Sleeper OP Champions builds you can look to abuse for patch 11.12. Are there any other setups or champions you believe to be really underrated at the moment? We work diligently to provide you guys with the best new trends. However, there's always a few that slide through the cracks. So, as a community, we can help each other out by posting any new setups you know of down in the comments below. To stay in the loop with all our future content, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. So with that said, let's get right into it. A new lane bully AD Neeko build has begun to re-emerge in high elo. Most notably, former pro Alarim has been spamming it in solo queue and winning at a disgustingly high rate. When you look at the solo queue top lane meta for 11.12, you see Set, Shen, and Mordekaiser, all with extremely high play rates. These less mobile bruiser top laners are so easy for Neeko to play into as the bully potential is off the charts. You start the game off with the Doran's Blade and take W level 1. Every third attack, your W deals bonus damage, which allows Neeko to bully super hard straight from the get-go. All the kiting power in Neeko's kit from W, E, and Ultimate make it nearly impossible for bruisers to look for trades. You'll have constant pressure in lane, amass a crazy CS lead, and have the enemy top spam pinging his jungler to gank, only for you to outplay and pick up an easy double kill when he does. The complete build is Kraken Rush into Blade of the Ruined King 2nd and Rage Blade 3rd. Kraken true damage combined with Neeko W proc feels really satisfying to use. On top of this, you take Press the Attack as your keystone for even more 3-hit power. Triumph, Alacrity, and Coup de Grace round out the primaries. For secondary runes, go with Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter. As a result of Malphite W armor scaling being increased combined with Frozen Heart seeing buffs in previous patches, a Frozen Heart Rush has become very underrated. No other item offers more armor than Frozen Heart, which is great for all the armor scaling in Mal's kit. If laning against a Jax, Tryndamere, Aurelia, or any champ who's very auto-attack reliant, this build completely shuts them down. Frozen Heart is only 2500 gold, so you'll have it incredibly fast. Malphite E reduces the enemy's attack speed by 30, scaling to 50%. Frozen Heart reduces attack speed by 20%. By simply standing near your enemy and hitting your point and click E, you can completely nullify all their DPS threat. Someone like Tryndamere deals the majority of damage from autos, so by taking that away, he's completely useless. After completing Frozen Heart, go into Frostfire Gauntlet and Thornmail. Take Comet with Mana Flow, Transcendence, and Scorch for primaries. Biscuit and Time Warp Tonic are the best secondaries. We've started seeing so many legendary items overtake mythics as better rush options, and that's the case once again for top lane Dr. Mundo. The build of Warmog's and Bami's Cinder has already made a statement on Shen, and it's perfect for Mundo as well. The combination of Bami's Cinder and Warmog's gives you that perfect 1100 health threshold to activate the buffed Warmog's passive. Mundo W and E scale with bonus health, so the value from health stacking works great with Mundo's kit. Even the new Mundo Ultimate provides bonus attack damage equal to 4 scaling to 7% bonus health. When you break it all down, it's really no-brainer to incorporate Warmogs into Mundo's build, yet it's only purchased in 25% of games as of making this video. After completing Warmogs, go into Frostfire 2nd and Thornmail or Spirit Visage 3rd. Runes are Grasp of the Undying with Demolish, Second Wind, and Overgrowth. Inspiration secondary running Freeboots and Approach Velocity is the way to go. And remember, if you want to improve fast and get the rank you've always wanted, then check out our hyper improvement system at SkillCapped.com. We have professional courses by the top players, Smurf commentaries where a challenger player walks you through how to climb out of every rank from Iron to Diamond, and we upload tons of new exclusive guides to our website each week. In fact, we're so confident you'll improve using our system that if you don't climb at least 5 divisions while actively using SkillCapped, you can claim a full refund, so there's no risk. What are you waiting for? Check out SkillCapped.com and get the rank you've always wanted. Link in the description below. We've seen Wits End Rush Kog'Maw take off in popularity over the past few patches, and another champ waiting on the horizon is Master Yi. Players who purchase Wits End on Yi are winning more than Kraken or Duskblade users, so look to implement in the correct situations. If you're playing against an AP mid and jungle, then it's a must-rush item. Wits is perfect for Yi because it provides attack speed, AD, and extra on-hit damage. The magic resist is the icing on the cake, as it allows you to negate so much burst from those meta AP picks like Elise, Diana, and Rumble. To cap it all off, you'll purchase Rage Blade 2nd and then Shield Bow 3rd. Shield Bow can be swapped for Kraken Slayer if you want more damage, but you honestly don't even need it. Magic Resist from Wits and the Shield from Shield Bow gives Yi a nice defensive layer so you're not blown up immediately in fights. Pick up Conqueror as the keystone with Triumph, Alacrity, and Coup de Grace. Sudden Impact and Ravenous Hunter work best for secondaries. a little buff to Graves' AD per level in 11.11 has propelled him back into a great spot. AP junglers like Morgana, Elise, and Lilia falling in priority is positive for Graves too. The more AD on the enemy comp, the better, as you get so much value out of the true grit armor stack from E. A new lethality setup has started to garner a lot more attention as of recent. For the longest time, a Gale Force Rush was the standard Graves setup, but that's starting to change. Eclipse into Black Cleaver and Serpent's Fang has emerged for a couple different reasons. Black Cleaver and Serpents were just buffed in previous patches, leading to their rise in strength. Eclipse paired up with Cleaver offers immense armor shred, which then leads to all the lethality becoming way more valuable. You have some extra survivability with this setup as well, which allows you to play more aggressive right up in the enemy's face. Dark Harvest will be run for the Keystone with Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collector, and Ravenous Hunter. Pick up Absolute Focus and Water Walking for secondaries. Fresh off his buffs from 11.12, Ziggs Mid is back in a great spot. The damage buff on Q is super nice, but the ultimate buff is real prize, as it makes hitting Ziggs ult way more consistent now. The missile speed was increased from 1550 up to 2250 for mid to long range ults. I can't even count the amount of times I've thrown max range Ziggs ults that have missed by a hair, so this buff eliminates that and allows you to hit those snipes way more often. The long-range poke and wave clear provides Ziggs with exceptional stalling tools, so you're never out of a game even if behind early on. Teamfight strength is top-notch as well, so if you like being able to blow up the entire enemy team with a nice AoE combo, there's few better than Ziggs. As long as you ban out a meta assassin like Zed, then you'll set yourself up really well. The core build is Ludens into Archangels and Horizon Focus. Of course, Zhonya's can be slotted in if you're needing to fend off some dive champs. Runes are Comet with Mana Flow, Transcendence, and Scorch for primaries. Secondaries are Biscuits and Cosmic Insight. Twitch has had a difficult time finding a spot in the meta for a while now, but a new assassin-like build has started to turn that around. The setup revolves around a Gale Force Rush into the Collector second. You also run Ignite as your secondary summoner spell, so be sure to tell your support to take heal. The idea behind the build is to pop out of stealth and deal the most amount of single target bursts as possible. Active from Gale Force combined with Ignite and Execute from the Collector help make it happen. In the mid game, you want to be popping into Fog of War after clearing waves and waiting for the enemy to overextend. When they move up too far, you stealth in and burst them out over and over again. Third item will be Hurricane, as it synergizes way too well with Twitch ult to pass up. Since you want the most amount of upfront burst, grab Hail of Blades as the keystone. Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collector, and Relentless Hunter round out primaries. Secondary runes are Presence of Mind and Alacrity. A new Caitlyn build getting a lot of attention over in Korea consists of a Blade of the Ruined King Rush. Gale Force has been the most popular mythic on Caitlyn for quite some time, but this build involves a Kraken Slayer as your second purchase. The consistent DPS power from Blade and Kraken is a major upside. You've got way more attack speed than the Gale Force Stormrazor combo, and hit for a nice amount of burst every 3 autos. The extra sustain due to the lifesteal from Ruined King is a nice perk as well. Gale and Storm have the edge when it comes to burst and kiting though, so each build has its benefits. If you're against an enemy comp with lots of bruisers or a tankier front line, then look to try out the Blade Rush into Kraken. You'll take Lethal Tempo as the keystone to add to the synergy with Kraken Slayer. Presence of Mind, Bloodline, and Cut Down round out the primaries. Inspiration secondary with Free Boots and Biscuits works best. The most underrated support of 11.12 is Tank Veigar, and yes, you heard that right. A Locket Rush into Deadman's Plate second is the build. Veigar Cage is one of the strongest zone tools in the entire game. By building tankier and maxing E out first, you have the ability to control teamfights and aggressively find picks. The move speed from Deadman's Plate lets you close the gap extremely fast, rendering there no way of the enemy escaping once you're in cage range. The entire strategy is about stacking up the Deadman's move speed, running at the enemy when you see them overextended, and tossing out your E to pick them off. Durability from Locket and Deadman's will be very deceiving, as the enemy will be so used to Veigar as a squishy mage. The amount of times you'll bait the enemy in just so you can throw down a cage, take no damage at all, and pincer them off will be really crazy. Third item to round out the core build is Force of Nature to provide even more defensive stats and move speed. Take Guardian as the keystone with Font of Life, Bone Plating, and Unflinching. Biscuits and Time Warp Tonic are optimal secondaries. Our final sleeper OP pick of the patch is Galio Support with a Shirelia's Rush. Galio saw some indirect nerfs a while back, but ever since the buffs to Shirelia's, he's been quietly seeing very good success. The ease of execution from popping Shirelia's, running up to the enemy, and using your point-and-click W is what makes it so broken. It's no secret Galio performs extremely well into any hard engaged support like Leona, Thresh, Alistar, or Blitzcrank, so using him as a counter is an amazing strategy. Second item in this build is Azania's. The Stasis allows you to look for hyper-aggressive pick plays with Shirelia's active. You want to look for the enemy to be mispositioned, dive in, taunt them up with W, and use Zania's to stall for your team to clean up the kills. Thornmail is often the best third item purchase for Galio support. Aftershock is of course the keystone with Shield Bash, Bone Plating, and Unflinching. Pick up Sorcery for secondaries, running Nimbus Cloak and Transcendence. And remember, if you want to improve fast and get the rank you've always wanted, then check out SkillCapped.com, link in the description below. So, those are all the new Sleeper OP champs and builds we have for you guys this patch. To get your 11.13 edition of this video, along with all the other content we're cooking up, don't forget to drop a sub if you haven't already. We appreciate the support. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.